research. So in 2013,
Yeah.
you were telling a lot of very funny jokes, really the best at Late Night, about Carnival Triumph. Now here you are, 10 years later, you're at Christine the Carnival Vanessa, and you did Carnival Live in between.
Right.
So I was trying to figure out, how did the change of heart come about?
What's that change of heart? I mean, when things are popular in the news, you make fun of them. And I've never, we never go for the throw. They're always silly jokes. Or
Right.
usually Kathy Lee involved jokes.
Oh, I forgot about the Kathy Lee.
Yeah, you know, so, yeah, I mean, it's a great organization, a great place to, you know, when I did the, Late Night's a little different now. When I did it, you kind of make fun of both sides and, you know, got people equally mad at you. Now you only get one side mad and the other side you. So
That's right.
it's a little different, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But there really is no change of heart. I mean, it's just a matter of when something is in the popular culture, zeitgeist, whatever you want to call it, it just, you make fun of it and you have some jokes. You know?
Is there something about cruise ships in general that just, I don't know, makes it more funny in a certain sense?
Well, you always picture people eating and, you know, just overindulging, and that's always fun, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So, have you been on a cruise before?
No, I haven't. I did do one with Paul Allen once. He had a thing where you get 100 people from different walks of life, but that was about 4 days. That's the only one I did.
So what about now? Do you want to go on now after you've seen this thing?
Well, I kind of work every day somewhere, so every other day. So I don't have the attention span to do a week, but 2 or 3 days or something is fine for me.
Yeah. What was the process of you becoming asked to be godfather of this ship?
There's no process. It's pretty simple. You know, show business is not hard. People just make it difficult.
Yeah.
I do things on a handshake, and it'd be great. Thank you very much. And you fly in and try to avoid the legalese, and you must spend this much time. You have to, you know, whatever it is. I mean, they invited me here. It's an honor to do it. It's fun. I like people. I don't understand people who are in show business that don't want to meet people. You know, so to me, it's great. I meet all kinds of car enthusiasts and other kinds of people here, and it's fun. It's fun.
You know, you're only the third godfather, to my knowledge.
Oh, third one. I didn't know there were 2 others. Who were the others?
Well, we won't say what the other line is, but
I see.
but you're the first one for Carnival.
Oh, okay. Well,
you were the third one overall.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, the first one was Pitbull.
With what?
Pitbull.
Oh, Pitbull. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I love Pitbull. Yeah,
There you go.
He was on my car show, yeah. Nice guy.
What was your relationship with Carnival prior to this?
I had done a few shows for them. That was it. Same as the relationship you have with any casinos in Vegas or anything like that. You know, they hire you to do a number of shows, and you do them. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Write joke, tell joke, get checked. Pretty simple.
On a different topic,
Yes, sir.
what car do you get the most fun out of driving?
What car do I get the most
You
fun
have a used collection in your car.
out of driving? Well, I like the driving. The rolls, explodes, it makes noise. I enjoy motorcycles, cars. There's no one. I wouldn't have all these cars if I had a favorite. I would just drive that one. But I just like the history of transportation. You know, when you're interested in something, you always want to know what came before that, what came before that. Like my oldest car is 1906. You can't go much older than that. So I like driving everything. Steam cars, gas, electric.
As the Godfather, are they going to let you drive the ship a little bit?
Let me what?
Are they going to let you drive the ship?
Drive the ship. I can see how familiar you are with the sea, sir.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't actually drive the
Should
ship.
you steer it?
No, I don't think they'd let me steer the ship, really. Would you? No, of course not. No. Yeah, I'm not. I can make a left turn in this thing. I'm not sure how it works.
You probably have to figure out where the bridge is
I mean,
first.
I've been through the engine room, and I had a lot of fun down there. That was great. It's fascinating to see how it all works. Just a bigger version of whatever you think an engine is. You know? So that was kind of exciting. I really enjoyed it. I was up on the bridge and saw that, how all the electronics work. And yeah, it's fun. That's the part I like.
Has any part of the boat mesmerized you?
Well, I like the engine room. That's my favorite. I like mechanical things. I like things that are,
How would you compare it to like one of the engines in your cars?
well, just a much bigger version, obviously. You've got, you know, tens of thousands of horsepower versus a couple hundred horsepower. So there are no small parts. Everything is, you know, you feel like a 4-year-old with giant pistons and huge
So,
engine.
do you think you can take a wrench to it?
I'll do it, sure.
You can do that.
Well, you know, it's really not, it's not complicated because it's just a bigger version of what you have. And most engines in ships like this are pretty conservative. Whatever they were doing in the 50s and the 70s and the 80s, they're still doing now, except you have electronic aids, you have fuel injection and electronic monitoring, whereas someone else would monitor it by looking at it. But the engines themselves are pretty basic, old-fashioned, reliable. You know, they run for 50 years and they'll run for another 50 years.
Jay, it's very cool to see you. You have this reputation for being the hardest working comic and show business.
Well, I don't know about that.
During tonight's show, after tapings, you would go to Vegas and perform, and I think even during that time, you would still go to clubs in Huntington Beach
Right.
to perform.
I'll be there Sunday.
How do you feel about agreeing to perform every night here on Venezia?
Well, I'm not here right now. I'm just here tonight.
But every night during every sailing, I understand you're going to be performing.
Oh, is that right? Well, I'll find out. It's first time for it. But yeah, it'll be fine with me. You know, it's a great showroom. Have you seen the showroom? It really is beautiful. I mean, it's a classic showroom. And it's perfect for comedy. It's just about the right size, 900, 1,000 people. You know, sometimes doing comedy, hey, China, the guy's going to a bar! You know what? You know, I mean, you've got good acoustics. You know, and the sound is perfect, the lights are perfect. You have literally Broadway or Vegas style shows on the water. So, I mean, yeah, it's as good a nightclub as you're going to find.
Great. Did you know that as a godfather or godmother, you godfather, yeah, we'll go after that one. That you now have the right to go on this ship once a year
Oh,
with whoever you want
oh.
for free.
Well, if I go with anyone else, my wife will kill me.
Well, go with your wife.
So I
Go with your wife.
Yeah.
But now you can go anytime you want. That's not in the clause. I talked to them a little bit.
No, I will find out about that. But thank you. That's very kind.
Jay, what is the perception of, like, in your circles of performing at comedy clubs and stuff, of comedians that perform on cruise ships?
What is the perception?
Yeah, is it, like, are they,
You know something? You have snobs in every profession.
okay, that's what I'm trying to say.
You know, when we were doing the Tonight Show band, I had some of the greatest jazz musicians in the world. Kevin Eubanks, a bass player, okay, and the guys that are not on the Tonight Show, well, it's TV, it's a seller. You know, no matter what profession you're in, people are going to be jealous, people are going to be upset. You know, to me, any comic that's working is great. The more comics that are working is great. And you wouldn't be here if you weren't any good. And cruise ships are actually a little trickier because it's not like a club where you can be really dirty. You know, you've got a different kind of audience here. And to me, it takes a special form to be able to be funny and work clean. I got nothing against working dirty. It's fine, but it's not for everybody. I mean, for a cruise ship, you've got a real cross-section of America. You got the hip people, you got some older folks, you got some young couples, you know, you got a little bit of everything. So you need to appeal. It's a bit like doing television. You know, you're appealing to a wider audience. So you've got to be good. No, but I mean, the cruise ship industry is really keeping a lot of comics alive. There's not that many clubs around anymore. So anywhere it can work is great.
Well, this one has a dedicated punchline.
Yeah, it's
Comedy
really
club,
good.
yeah.
It's great. And you get to take a cruise and yeah, sure.
But why endorse the ship? I mean, now your name's attached to it, you know?
Yes.
Why do that?
Why do it?
Yeah.
Well, it was an honor. It's a big giant ship that we want you to be associated with. Sure, why not? I mean, who am I? You know, I'm a performer. That's what I do. You know, I'm a huge believer in low self-esteem. It's the key to success. If you don't think you're the smartest person in the room, you'll shut up and you'll listen. You know? And to me, when people ask you to do something, and it's a big corporation, there's a lot of money riding on it, they're asking you to do something. To me, that's a privilege and an honor. I think it is. I don't think that I'm close. So, you know, the funny thing about being in my business, no matter where you go, people go, "What are you doing here?" Well, this is where the stage is, where the audience is. No matter where you go to Vegas, you go to, you know, a little town in Iowa. Why'd you come here? This is where the audience is. Simple.
Besides the learning this factor that you talked about, is there any other way that you maybe adjust your set for an audience out of the seat?
Well, they're not really out of sea. They're only 10 feet into the sea, really. We're not even in the sea just yet. I mean, obviously, if I spent time on the boat, then you find something in common with the people. But everybody has access to the internet now. You have to go to the Midwest and the guy in bib overalls and a piece of straw. He doesn't know what you're talking about. I mean, everybody has Apple products and iPhones. And I mean, I see homeless guys in LA. They've got iPhones and computers. I mean, so it's not like 50 years ago where one side is naive and the other side is hip and cool. It's pretty much homogenized.
Have you had a chance to look at the Italian features of this ship?
Yeah, it made me laugh.
Yeah, I mean, because this is the first Italian-style cruising Italian carnival. Yeah.
Well, my dad's Italian. My dad only watched sports when Italian. He stopped watching baseball when Joe DiMaggio quit. He stopped watching boxing when Graziano and those guys quit. It was only about Italians. My dad was really funny that way. Every time there's some mafia story on TV, well, I gotta get with the Italians. What are they doing? When Leo Cook was on the cover of Time magazine, that was hanging in our house. So I mean, it reminds me of this. This whole place is kind of like my cousin Toby's wedding. Just a lot of people, hey, being Italian.
And now you are the Godfather.
It just makes me. My grandfather came to this country in 1886 or something like. My grandfather's really old, and I think he would get a big kick out of seeing my name on the ship. I think he'd really. He came to Ellis Island, and I got all the paperwork, and just one of those kids. I was telling him before, my grandfather used to carry a piece of paper, and in the early 1900s, they were trying to stop the number of Italians. So many Italians were coming in at such a voracious rate that they wanted to slow it down. And the senator said, if Italians keep coming in at the rate they are now, in 50 years, we'll all be eating pizza for dinner. I'm thinking, mission accomplished. Hey, we did it. But I mean, that's what I mean. Now it's not pizza. Now it's tacos. But that's what America is. It's constantly changing. I mean, in 50 years, it's going to be a Spanish ship. That's what I like about America. It's that constant. Whoever has the ball controls the game.
Well, I think there's one restaurant here that combines pizza and tacos.
Oh, there you go. I rest my case.
Jay, it's pretty cool to be, first Godfather the Carnival's ever had. Are there any other notable or memorable firsts that you've had or been?
I said to a reporter once that I was the first left-handed host of the Tonight Show of Italian descent. He went, "Oh, that's great." And I go, "No, that's a joke." That's a joke. It's a joke. Everybody is the first, I mean, the first African Americans. Well, African Americans doing everything now. They're everywhere. It just seems funny to go, "Oh, he's the first African American." When I was a kid, immigrants would say, "Our son is the first one in our family to graduate college." So it always makes me laugh. You always put these firsts on things. I can't think of any other first other than left-handed Italians that was tonight.
Back in the 90s, I happened to interview Phyllis Diller when she was on a cruise ship. She said, "I love cruise ship audiences. They're in a happy mood, they're on vacation, they've got a few drinks, they don't have to pay. I love cruise ship audiences, and they're easy." Do you think that's true? I mean, are there some audiences better than others?
Phyllis was a great comedy writer. She was a really good. It's so funny. If you want to see something funny, You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx, Phyllis Diller. Young Phyllis Diller comes out, and she's young and attractive. But at that time, for women to be in comedy, you had to make fun of yourself. You had to look. So she did the crazy hair and that kind of. And she was really quite attractive. But just to get ahead, the men that ran TV used to say, "Women won't watch an attractive woman be funny," which is stupid, But that's the way it was. So she made herself look weird and bizarre, which she really wasn't at all. Just to get across, and then Bob Hope would make fun of her and that kind of stuff. So, but no, she was a great comic. And
Is she right about people on vacation being an easier audience? Do you think, or they just want to have a nice night, sort of fun? Or no?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you got a bunch of people that are, someone on death row, they're going to be a terrible audience. But if you have people on vacation, they're here to relax. Well, sure, they are good audiences. Mm-hmm. But you make your own audience. If you're good at what you do, then it's a good audience. Is that okay? All right. Well, thanks, you guys.